the General Nathanael Greene Homestead, also known as Spell Hall. I'm actually a tour guide here. I've been giving tours here now for almost 3 years. And the purpose of this video, partially, is to introduce you to this great house and also introduce you to this great man who's also the unsung hero of the Revolution. We want to show you that a lot of these locations, there's more to it than just having paranormal activity. There's like real history in these places. So I want you to appreciate these places not because there's a spook inside, but because they have important historical aspects to it. So besides showing you a little bit of investigation, we're going to show you the house, and we also have scenes from the 2014 Revolutionary War reenactment that happened back in May. Now, enjoy the show.
The Nathanael Greene Homestead is a historic colonial home located at 50 Taft Street in Coventry, Rhode Island. The home was built by General Nathanael Greene in 1770, who lived in the house until 1775 when he goes off to fight in the Revolutionary War. The land the homestead sits on was purchased by Nathanael's father, Nathanael Greene Sr., back in 1740. 400 acres of land was purchased near the Patuxent River in order to create an iron forge. The forge created anchors and chains, but not weapons of war like cannons, but it made the family very wealthy. Nathanael was born July 27, 1742 in Punawamut, Warwick, Rhode Island. Despite his family's strict Quaker beliefs, Nathanael Greene had a strong love of books, and with that love of books, he became self-educated in the field of mathematics, law, and military tactics. Eventually, his military leanings will have him turned away from the Quaker Church. In 1768, he inherited the family's successful forge and built the homestead soon after in order to be closer to the business. Nathanael marries Catherine Littlefield of Block Island on July 20th, 1774. Over the period of their marriage, the couple had 5 children. Nathanael's stay in the homestead was short-lived though, as he marched off with the Kentish Guard in 1775 to fight in the Revolution. Due to his vast knowledge, Greene quickly went from private to general and gained favors with General George Washington himself. Washington was so impressed with Greene that he made the new general second in command, and the two became very close friends. During the course of the war, Nathanael Greene spent much of his own fortune supplying the cause, including getting much-needed supplies for the troops at Valley Forge and supplying the boats for the famous crossing of the Delaware. In 1778, General Greene was made Quartermaster General at the request of Washington. Nathanael Greene was involved in many battles in both the North and the South, including the Battle of Trenton in 1776 and the Battle of Rhode Island in 1778. His most famous battle was the Battle of Guilford Courthouse in Greensboro, North Carolina on March 15, 1781. This happened after Nathanael Greene takes over the command of the Southern Armies in 1780. The battle pitted General Greene, who had about 4,500 men, against Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis, who had about 2,100 men. For the battle, Greene sets up 3 lines of defense in order to weaken Cornwallis's men. The first 2 lines consist of militiamen, while the third line was Nathanael's professional regiment. When Cornwallis's regiments hit the first 2 lines, the militia would shoot, drop their weapons, and run. So by the time they hit the third line of defense, the British troops already suffered great loss. During the battle, Greene nearly had the battle won until Cornwallis began firing the cannons, which caused additional casualties for both the Americans and the British. This caused Nathanael Greene to issue a retreat. Despite this retreat, Nathanael did cause heavy losses for Cornwallis. Nathanael Greene then conducted a southern campaign that consisted of eluding, dividing, and tiring out of the British forces, which was a huge success in helping liberate the Southern Colonies from the British. This helped him earn the title of Savior of the South. But the war left a financial strain on him and his family, since Nathanael used much of his family's wealth in support of the war, but he was not reimbursed for his efforts. In 1783, in the company of another good friend, French General Marquis de Lafayette, Nathanael returned to his home, but in that same year, he gave ownership of the home and forge to his older brother, Jacob, in order to prevent creditors from taking the property. In 1786, Nathanael moved his family to Mulberry Grove, a rice plantation outside of Savannah, Georgia, that the state gave him as a sign of recognition of his military service during the war. Things did not go well for him down there, for he became ill and died on June 19, 1786, from heat stroke. His wife, Catherine, inherited her husband's debt, but she was able to petition Congress to reimburse the money Nathanael had spent. Congress awarded her the money that was due to her husband in the amount of $40,000. In 1796, she remarried to a man named Phineas Miller, who was her children's tutor. She and her new husband continued to live at Mulberry Grove, and it's here she meets Eli Whitney. Eli Whitney would go on to invent the cotton gin, but Catherine is credited in the development of parts of the cotton gin, such as coming up with a brush necessary to clean the teeth of the gin. She was also the main financial backer of the invention, and the cotton gin would go on to revolutionize the cotton industry in the South. Phineas died in 1803, and Catherine sold Mulberry Grove and moved to Cumberland Island to a place called Dungeness. It is there she died in 1814, and she is currently buried on the island. Meanwhile, the homestead in Coventry stayed within the Greene family, eventually going into ownership of Elizabeth Margaret Greene, Nathanael Greene's grandniece and the last Greene to live in the house. When she died in 1899, the home was left to two of her children from her first marriage. The children do not live in the house, but they do rent it out. On June 30th, 1919, the home was purchased by the Nathanael Greene Homestead Association in order to create a memorial to the hero. Renovations began and tours started in 1922. Since then, the place is open Friday through Mondays for tours, attracting people from all over the country. The location also has paranormal activity, going back many years with many eyewitnesses. People have heard the jiggling of the door handles, heard female voices, been touched, and apparitions have been seen in several rooms. The spirits are not hostile or angry, rather playful, and it is believed that they are the spirits of Catherine Greene and Elizabeth Margaret. Now, here is the Nathanael Greene Homestead.
Well, here's a more close-up of Nathanael Greene Homestead. You know, the tree right there really makes it look very beautiful. This is the cottage. When I'm here giving tours, sometimes I stay in there, sometimes I stay out. The reason why I'm going to the cottage because the tree really makes the homestead look really nice, and I want to get much of that in. Yeah, that's awesome. So, been volunteering here since March. Doing tours here since March. And been volunteering here since October. And I've loved every minute of it. I'm very protective of the house, so I've grown to like the spirits and the residents here. Very well preserved, as I'll show you on the inside. $1770, huh? Isn't that unbelievable? There's my backpack. Just love the tree. Well, time for the inside. Well, I'm inside, everything's opened up. Here is the Greene Homestead. I'm not going to give you the tour that I give my people who come here, but I'll give you a brief overview of what some of the rooms are. This is the dining room. This is the parlor. I'm not going to give too much information about what the place and some of the artifacts are. That's Mr. Nate Greene right there. This is the front door. I'll go out there later. I'll go out there now. Here is the front area. Let me give you a nice little view from the outside. Pretty trees over there too. Okay, this is the library. There's Miss Catherine. Hello. There's a lot of little stuff I could point out, but I only point those out on the tour. This is the kitchen. It's so nice out today. Going upstairs. This is Nathanael's room. Some of these were not here when I did the investigation. Over here is Elizabeth's Margaret room. Creepy doll over there. We did a lot of time in here. Over here is the Jacob Barnum room. That's one of the things I always make sure I do, put the flag up. Not sure when the others are showing up, but over here is where we go upstairs, but I got this thing called the suicide stairs right there. They're pretty steep. Maybe I'll go up there sometime just to show it, but even though we didn't do an investigation there. And over here is the ancient gift shop. Come buy stuff. Come buy. And look at the tree. Beautiful out, huh?
Is the reenactment going to take place here or there?
Back at the field.
That's our official.
Welcome to the homestead. I portray a 2nd Connecticut Light Horse militiaman. There is going to be a skirmish here today. This morning. The British are sending a probing force. They've come up from Newport, Rhode Island, and they sent a probing force upriver. Their goal is to capture the house, take some important intelligence documents that Major General Nathanael Greene has stored here on the upcoming spring of 1777 campaign, burned the house and a few other towns along the way, and disable the iron forge that is here, because the Greene's iron forge makes a lot of accompaniments for war, things like chains and anchors for ships and things like that. The Quakers won't make anything specifically like for guns, but they'll make a lot of the other aspects that are necessary for conducting warfare. So the British are up here to get supplies, to seize intelligence in the house, to intimidate and burn a few places, and to make people aware that they're from the government and they're here to help. So, my job is to go out and do some scouting. I will come back periodically and let you all know what's going on, and give you an idea of what's going on tactically. This is Huckleberry. Gun Captain, is there going to be any artillery firing this morning?
Yes, there is.
Okay, at what point should we be doing these? Will the men be...
Handle the charge. Advance the charge. Charge the team.
So as you can see, folks, we've got an incursion of the British. Get ready. We have an incursion of the British. There are redcoats on our left front and loyalists on our right front. Our pickets have been engaged. I've ridden back, asked for reinforcements, and now we have reinforcements in our center. To either side. But you can see the loyalists are placing things over to the left side. But now we'll see how the tactics play out.
Look down to Poconos. Piece of fire, no kids, no telephones, no computers. Nothing.
No, back. Gun is clear.
Very good, sir. And this concludes the tactical for this morning. This was a very messy draw, although if we look at it from a draw perspective, I think we drew better than the British.
You're getting all those, right? You just want to carry that one. They're going to come marching right through there. All right? So, keep going.
Eyes to the right.
All right, Steve.
Oops.
Yes.
We got everybody here. There's Julie. There's Steve Morrow. And there's Heidi. And then there's me. So I got the DV recorder going on I just put it on the bed. You guys just want to do a regular session right now?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the usual, you know, is anybody here, blah, blah, blah. It sounds so cliche when you say it now. So.
Walking. So you were the last survivor that lived in this house, in the Greene family. How did it feel to be such part of a long line of legacy? Is it something expected? I'd like to know that if your presence here is one that's residual, or one that's you're here with us in the here and now, can you tell us that?
Is that you?
Yes, leaning on the bed
Don't
a little bit. Touch me.
Don't touch anything.
I was trying to get close to her.
I'm sorry.
No, apparently she likes Ken.
Yeah, but she hadn't met Steve yet, so.
Well, in a few minutes I'll get the K2 up. I want to do like a regular DVR recorder session.
And you know, we're going to try some things that you've probably seen before, but different things to try to communicate, to see which is your best way that you can communicate with us. Or if it's not Margaret, it's whoever's in this room too. Please use some of the devices that are the best suited for you to contact us. We even have something new that we're going to try that you haven't seen before, okay?
Are there any children in here? Stay. Because I think there was probably a lot of kids in here at one time or another.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're shy. Maybe you need to get to know us better. You know, I'm from this town, you know. I grew up in Coventry. Was Johnson's Pond called Johnson's Pond at the time? Or was that not even there? Either answer it for me, in the round thing over here. We can hear it later. Or you can make the lights go off on the gray thing over here. I'm sure they've done this before. I'm pretty sure they know what we're talking about. How about the fact, are you flattered that the town named parts of the road after your family, particularly Nathanael Greene?
I have another question. I'm going to ask this probably several times tonight, but I really need you to listen to this one. Is there anybody that you want to contact that's in this room? Is there a specific person? Someone other than what lived in who lived in this house? Maybe you'll answer another way.
Is that you making that noise?
No, I thought you were tapping on that.
No, I'm not tapping on it.
Oh,
I'm not tapping. Are you tapping on it?
no, I'm not. I'm not even.
This thing's started banging over here.
Yeah, I heard it from here.
I thought it was not. No offense, Heidi. I thought it was you.
No, right. Well, because I'm usually banging into stuff.
Well, just keep an eye on it. I don't know if it was just happened at the floor.
Is somebody standing right here that wants to tell us something?
That was my foot.
Yeah,
That was definitely my foot.
I could see that.
Yeah. Wow. Send us a phantom fire truck. Okay. Keep going, Steve. So what was it? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
What was
it was
it?
like it sounded like it was rocking a little bit.
Sounded like a door handle on like a dresser.
I don't know. It sounded like it came from over here though, like one of these. I thought.
Yeah, like.
Are they uneven?
This
Yeah,
one
they
is.
are uneven though. I don't know. Hold on. I want to jump up and down if we're going to knock something over. Let me just walk over. Yeah. Okay, so it might have been that. It might have just simply us shifting a leg. Could you tell us your name, please? Have you ever used this item I'm holding before? Are you a child? What's my name? Do you remember what my name is? Can you say Heidi's name? Can you please say Heidi for us? I really gotta get a new one. Got any questions? So, what war did you guys fight in? Or if there's anybody who fought in the war or was in the war? I'm getting nothing on this.
Yeah.
Could you please communicate with us, or do you not want to?
Well, let me have Charles. I just want Charles walk.
Want me to walk through the lights?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when.
Hey, when?
Is he walking like an Egyptian?
How's that?
I didn't realize that ghosts walk like they were on the.
Let me turn on one of these fog machines. You can actually, if you're down here, you can actually see the lights.
Ah, okay.
That's what is good about this.
This shows a lot of. Yeah, I can get it here. You can see the beams as we're going across here. I'm in the middle of it right now, and this is kind of like what the spirits would see as they're walking through.
And technically, if someone walked through, you'd actually be able to get a depth, which you would normally not get with something two-dimensional.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty neat.
Over here, we can actually see them. Are you actually seeing them crisscrossing? That's where I can at least. I'm trying to at least put the fog where they're crisscrossing. I think the wind.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
I got to start over here because the wind's blowing towards you.
Basically, I have to move the camera, but so you can see them.
With the fog,
Sorry.
I don't need drugs.
Dude, you know what, I'm telling you, man, you know what that's like? That's like, you know, like, okay, Scotty, punch it. Yeah, okay,
I know.
yeah. Walk factor one, here we
He's
go.
not cooperating. That's the problem.
Wow. that is a, dude,
Yeah.
that is a serious rush, I'm telling you. To walk at the light,
camcorder's on the
yeah,
floor.
quick, before
by the
it
house.
goes away.
You fell down the stairs? Are you okay? You flying on the stairs?
You guys know what we're doing out here? You gonna help us with our test and walk through? Okay, that's the smoke from the machine. Okay,
We good?
take two.
Okay. We tried a test out here, not really sure what to expect from the test, but we had a theory putting out fog in laser grids that it would have a 3D, I don't know what you would call it, a 3D
Cross grid.
cross grid. And hopefully with the fog coming through, if something were to intercept that fog, we would be able to see it. And I don't know, we did a few little tests here. Hard to really say what the results are going to be until we actually look at the video and we listen to your recording at the end of the hill down there. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it right now.
You did experience something strange. Could you describe
it's
that?
strange. Well after the fog had dissipated, we did notice like a second wind of fog seemed to accumulate in front of the laser grid. And I had noticed it and you had noticed it as well. I didn't even say anything at first. And then you said it. I'm like, okay, it's not my imagination. Where is this fog, or how is it accumulating? The fog machine was definitely off at this point. And most of the fog had already gone away.
Yeah, I'd say
that was really weird.
all the big clumps of fog had gone away, and what was left was really dissipated. And to see something so condensed, just hovering in front of the camera,
Yes.
just for a few seconds.
And it almost seemed to, where the breeze was sort of going this way, it seemed to be going against that breeze.
Exactly.
Which
The
is very,
fog
very-
was blowing not in that direction.
Yes. That was very different. So, I don't know, we're going to have to do lots more testing, and hopefully we do some sensors and laser grids and other things to further expand the test. You know, that's way down the road.
Great.
But it was interesting.
Yeah. We really didn't in the graveyard either.
No, we didn't
I feel like
in the graveyard. Then.
unbelievably comfortable in this house.
Yeah, it's just even the guys.
You get that feeling someone's looking at you?
Oh yeah. That's Charles.
Over your shoulder. Yeah. No, it's just it's almost a welcoming kind of feeling. It's not really.
It's a cool place. It was worth the money to come and check the place out.
Oh, just to see, just to feel the history, and to actually experience it.
Yeah.
It's just marvelous. I mean, I'd recommend anyone to come down.
I appreciate the invite, guys.
Oh, you are welcome.
I usually just, like I said, normally what I do to prep them is just like, hold them in my hands and attempt to do my best to infuse them
Okay.
with whatever natural energy I can. I've had other sets of rods that haven't responded to me. These being passed on to me from my father.
Oh.
Probably carry some of his energy too. And
Passed on it, but
get back together, please. Thank you. Yeah. Normally they'll move like this when it's not necessarily spirit, but when there's a certain amount of energy present. They will, and they'll normally will respond. Can you give me a direction where the energy is the strongest?
Down the hallway towards the front window.
Yeah, pointing towards the end of the hallway. Is that where they say they see most of the shadows walk across? Or?
Oh, I think they said they've seen a lot of shadows walking through the hallway in general.
Let me see.
I believe they said that they see when the shadows walk, they go into that room.
You're getting a lot of movement.
Calm down, guys.
Down, boys, down.
Which direction would you like us to go in?
I would say let's walk straight down the hallway.
Yeah.
Towards that window
That's
here.
where it's going to.
Let's see what we get. Let's see if we can do something happening. It's difficult.
All right, steady down.
Oh.
Whoops. All right. Calm down.
To the person we're speaking with, were you a patriot?
Darn, now that I move,
I'm curious.
I can't see the.
No.
I'm curious, were you a child?
No.
Were you a Tory?
Are there more than one of you here with us?
Always make a friend wherever I go.
That's good.
Can you communicate with me through this? Can you like say my name or one of our names? Or some? Stubborn. Well, sometimes it's, you know how it goes, it says a lot of things at one time. It's hard to take every word
Yeah.
for meaning something.
We did Precious Blood Cemetery one night, and Mike McCoy brought down the new PX device.
Yep.
Next generation obelisk.
Well, I think it's the same thing.
Did you get it?
Unbelievable.
Really? Oh, and there's like no way to get out, right? Where did it go?
What?
So, all right, so,
Locked.
okay.
Oh my.
You probably used to go straight, Heidi.
Huh? That's cool. Somebody had a small head.
I think that's more of a costume for someone to wear, like
Oh,
the tour
right,
guide.
yep.
I'll put it down on the see if you can't.
I'll-
Probably sit on it.
Actually, no, I don't want to sit on it. It'll break. It's only plastic. All right. Okay. And there's Steve. And me, who hates to be on camera. So, we are in. What is that?
No security system.
Oh, okay. So this was called the. What was this called now?
This was the escape route for General Greene.
Oh, right.
It was adjacent to the main fireplace in the house, and apparently, like if the British or someone were to break down the door and come into the home, there were a lot of sensitive papers and maps and so forth that were, very important to the Revolution and to General Washington. So he could. General Greene could escape, grab him, run down this staircase, and come out near a window, so there wasn't an obvious doorway downstairs. So it's just an interesting little, sidebar here. It's henceforth made into a closet area.
There's room for two, and that's about it.
That's it.
Me and Steve. So I don't know. I don't think anybody's hanging out in here, do you? I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so,
No,
but
it's kind of boring.
yeah, I'm just kind of interested as to if General Greene actually had to use this at one time.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because just the way the house is laid out, I mean, there really isn't a whole lot of room.
No.
So it's not an obvious stairway.
Right.
But yeah, it's just it's just an amazing part of history.
It is amazing. Yep.
It's it was a rather ingenious thing to build into it.
It makes me think of the Underground Railroad. Like that kind of idea of being able to hide somebody or get away quickly if you had to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's there's several things like this if you ever been to the House of the Seven Gables.
Oh, right. I've
in
been
Salem,
there. That place
where they
is
have
so
those
cool.
really tiny stairways.
Yes, and you can barely. Well, I can barely fit in it.
They were small in stature, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's very. If you're claustrophobic, not good.
Hello.
Hi.
Would you
What the hell
like
are you
to join
doing
us?
in here, man?
Just hanging
What
out.
is it, old 5 minutes in heaven?
5 minutes to heaven.
Hey, don't lock us in. Oh, we gotta get up from the end.
But it's. I mean, I really don't. I don't feel much,
Nah.
if anything. But yeah, it's an interesting little sidebar we have.
Yep. We had to check it out. So.
Besides, I get to spend like 5 minutes with Heidi in the closet. So what else?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's a big joy.
What else can you say? I mean, that's another one off my bucket list, you know.
Oh boy.
Well, I am docing again at the Nathanael Greene Homestead, but I've been here 2 days in a row now. And last night I decided to leave something in here. My DVR. And it is still on. And it's still recording. Should be more than 5 hours, but it looks like it has different files. Like it must have divided them up into different files after a while. So I'll have a lot to listen to. It's been here all night by itself, and I hope we was able to catch something. And if so, well, here's the evidence. Here is all the evidence I caught once I left the recorder in the museum all night. The first piece of evidence was caught soon after I closed up the museum, and you can actually hear my voice from outside. It is a very loud banging noise. This EVP was caught sometime before 9 p.m., and it sounds like a male humming or singing. This EVP was caught sometime after midnight. It appears to be a female voice, though we are not sure what is being said. This noise was caught past midnight. It sounds like a piece of wood being knocked on. This EVP was caught sometime after 1:30 a.m. It appears to be a voice of a young woman or girl.